What up? What up? How everybody doing? I'm gonna click on that. I'm in the middle of some other stuff too, but um, obviously Sunday market's been open like an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm gonna kind of zoom in and kind of go over this right quick. So starting in, I saw this. I didn't get in on this just because I this is a little something different getting in at this time, but I've been noticing it lately movements and stuff like that. So I want to like see what's going on. So I didn't get in on this, but I saw this as a possibility. I thought maybe it might continue. This honestly, I should have waited on this one because seeing that it dropped and this line, this green line is my trend line. And so it pretty much came down to my trend line and started coming back up. So I should have known it was gonna have like a bounce or retracement, be rejected away from it. So then when I saw that, I got back in on this, and I'll do that and be done for this session. Um, let's see. The only thing is, I don't know if it's gonna have issues like in this area. See what I mean? But I'm also at the point where I can put into some profit, and if it goes against that, then that's fine, anyways. Because again, normally I'm doing 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. But I've been seeing I've been seeing volume and movement around this time. And honestly, when I originally was doing like back testing and developing stuff like that, these time period I did see this, but it's not always consistent. It just depends on what's going on. So me focusing more on trading less, I kind of shrunk time frames on what I normally trade just so I could focus more, not be trying to chase everything. So that's the only reason I kept this. And then really, because this is a challenge account, um, I will be once this trade is over, if it hits my take profit, that'll most likely be it for me. Even though it's Sunday, it'll count towards my Monday trades. So I won't even have to really trip on getting back in right now because they have like a goal mark, and you don't want to make too much in one day because it's like how their rules are set up for the challenge to make sure you're not just trying to go all in on a trade pass and then get a live account. There's certain things you got to do. And then honestly, I raised this to two, but I originally had it like at the 19. And honestly, I'll probably get out around 1550 ish, 1600. So that way I can also maintain that consistency thing. So means I'm gonna lose this stuff.
Order filled.
And I'm cool with that because the goal is 53,000. I'm halfway there, and even then, it still ended up coming up to the two. $1,400 for the day. Oh no, I already explained why I got in on the retracement. Not to mention it gapped down, so I figured it should try to fill that gap. This a little bit 30. Three. Save that. I can delete. No, I'm gonna keep that. Even though I didn't take that, I still want to keep it on my chart so I can see when I review for the week. Honestly, that's it. Let me show these. I started this. Boom. I started this account because I wanted it to be for this year and this last month. So we're gonna do from here to here. 40%. So let me explain what happened last week. So they don't have this on here. Oh, I'm at the top. That's why. Down here. So last week on this Friday, technically Thursday night leading into Friday. Thursday night around 8, I saw the market moving with the gold. Everybody saw what was going on with gold. Gold was moving crazy. Obviously, let me put this back, put the hour here, and then make it clear for you guys here. Okay, so obviously everybody saw gold had hit all-time highs and then just started tanking. So when I got in around the 8, I believe it was to the 30, 31st, the 1st, so it would have been 29th. I had got in here, and for whatever reason I had got in, I didn't get in exactly at the time I wanted to because I was sidetracked. And so I ended up losing, and I ended up losing a significant amount just because I'm like, dang, like thinking like the price is going, whatever. And so I had to catch myself. And so I was just like, let it go, leave it. I'm not going to start out, even though it started out bad, I could still recover it. Um, uh, Everybody gets FOMO. Everybody kind of, I had to check myself. So the next morning, I just assessed the market and then I entered on my trades. And then I was able to uh, execute trades that would allow me to regain what I had lost and then end the day with a profit. And so that's what ended up happening last week. So that's just an example of keeping a cool head. A guy I used to know, he used to play poker. He used to always say, no matter what, don't panic. So I'm glad I was able to do that. So now leading into this week, we're gonna keep it with a good flow, good head. Again, I've reached my goal. So my next trade, I'll be reaching for the same amount. so that way I can pass the phase and then move on to a funded account. I'm gonna do my journaling. I'm gonna write this. I'm working on some other videos and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it for me for now. It might be some other movements for the day. I seen like economic news kind of being released this week as far as US, but because this is a demo phase, not demo phase, but a challenge, I don't need to try to continue. Not to mention, this is a long game. I'm in it for the long run. Dang, excuse me. I'm gonna check this. What it ended up doing one last time. Yep, it ended up hitting the full one anyways. I just didn't want that full 2,000 because then that would have locked me in for the next trade. I would have had to make 2,000 or had to take two trades, and I just didn't want to do that. So I'm comfortable taking the 14, and ain't no telling what's gonna happen with gold today. A gold today and tomorrow might try to recover some of what it lost. Just because it lost so much, it could range. Let me come. It could range in between this green line and the pink line, or this green line and the purple, until it gets enough determination to decide what direction it want to go. Most likely, It'll probably continue back up because it lost so much. There's no actually. Let me go to a larger time frame, weekly. Turn this off. I do not like how they got all of this stuff. You can't even see the thing. Uh, da- 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 1 second. 1 second. Okay. The weekly, daily. Okay. I like the daily. I like the daily. A major drop, like crazy, all the way back down to the previous levels. Crazy. This mug in no time since, like, if you think about it, we're not even gonna count this candle because that was last year, December 9th. We're gonna take from January 2nd. Price was around $4,300 an ounce. Peak was $4,600 an ounce. 56. That's $1,300 an ounce in 1 month. In 30 days. Not even 30 days. 27 days. And lost it all, and it, well, not lost it all. I mean, and I lost it all, but it lost dang near like 50% of it, if you could say. Oh, no, no, no. 13. Oh, you know what I should have did? Here to here. 16% decrease right there. So then they're like, yeah, 50, if you went up like 33%, more 16%, yeah. But at the same time, Even if I chart this, delete all of this. Even if I charted this, and then I'm gonna get off of here. That's it. I'm not trying to preach y'all or give y'all a lesson or like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got your things. Just a quick, easy way. I mean, I showed y'all where I got in, like I got live in enough time for if y'all wanted to see that trade or get into that trade. If you would have had my notifications on, you would have been able to see that and get in that and be able to make $1,500 to $2,000, depending on if you would have stayed in until it finished or whatnot. And let me see this. Yeah, $1,500 on a Sunday before you go to sleep. You started your week. You can start your week now knowing, okay, no matter what's going on, I've got some capital. So now moving forward, I don't necessarily have to be stressing about everything. I don't have to worry about this. I have more freedom moving towards the week. And it's not even really, the week ain't even started yet for most people. Oh, why'd I do that? I got sidetracked. Okay. So that's why I brought this up. So you see daily. Oh, that, and it might be, let's say, possibility of that, but it's the secondary line, so I'll lighten it, something like that. So this looks like the bottom zone, but what I'll do with this is make it a little easier to see. Here to here, basically the size of this candle, because I see the price stair stepping, trying to get past that first red line, then it jumped up, then the same thing when it came down here. The bottom of this candle is dang near right close to that top red line. So we're just gonna call this as a resistance zone. So I'm seeing that the price came all the way back down here to this zone. There's different zones. I haven't marked them yet, but I can see them with my eyes. There's different zones, but it came back down to this zone. So now I have to wait, or we have to wait to see what it's gonna do in between this zone and the next zone, how it's gonna react, if it's gonna get bounced around in there, it's gonna have enough strength to break through it and come back up. If it's gonna get rejected, have to come down a little further to the darker yellow line. We'll just have to wait. But for now, he lost all of that. A lot of people was upset. Money was lost, $4 trillion or whatever. But like I showed you last week, I made money. So if I want to show the next song, the next levels, because I was saying I can see them, but I just didn't mark them. So this is, I'm gonna use that trend line that I drew. Start my Fibonacci at the bottom of that trend line and come up to the top of the trend line. And as I'm pulling my trend line, I'm gonna make sure the lines line up with areas where I see like my candles have had troubles getting past. Boom. So it's lining up with this top red line. This is my zone, but the next level is down here where these candles were lining up. Price came down here, briefly broke it, came back up here, breaking. The wick came all the way up here, but couldn't stay. So now here, actually, what do I want? What do I want? There. I'll just keep it simple. There. Okay, I'm gonna delete that now. So I'll drew the next two lines up. So I'm gonna come down to the 4. Two. So yeah. So now I'm just seeing what it wants to do in here because it's bounced off this trend line. It's bounced off this 200 smooth moving average, but it's broken through these other ones, broken through the lines. But it's saying it wants to try to respect these two confluences. So we'll see. That's it for now. Did that. Yep, we're cool for the day. And what I'm gonna do to make sure that we're cool for the day is come on now. All day. That's it. Can't trade until tomorrow now. So even if I want to, I can't. Nothing I do in here is like how much I'm willing to lose, make a day. That's another reason why I had the 2,000. Because I also know that would have locked me out too. Trades per day. 3 trades, let's say 10 trades a week. Then I can save that. Oh, I must have took 4 today. Yeah. And that's it. Oh, I didn't even show you. I didn't switch the screen back over. My bad, y'all. I just showed y'all that I like myself out of my account so that way I didn't gotta worry about trading and what my settings.